You are now entering the world of a movie review. A world full of drama, joy, ridicule, movie spoilers, unpopular opinions, and adult humor for as far as the eye can see. Welcome to An Evening at the Movies.
Welcome back, everybody. This is An Evening at the Movies. For those of you tuning in for the first time and may not know, it is the podcast where we eat the stale popcorn. We drink our watered down, well, not watered down, it's fresh out of the can today, but watered down sodas. Talk about all of our favorite movies and why we love them. So, I am very excited to be here as we continue into our month of movies that are the judge, the jury, and the executioner. Uh, Unfortunately, we will not be joined this week by everybody's favorite co-hostess. She's got life being life, and we understand life has to take priorities. So we wish her the best. We wish her stepdad the best. Sending all of our love and prayers for them. But with that said, though, I do have a very worthwhile substitution for Amanda this week. And who do you ask? Is that? It is everybody's favorite for life, old fogey, and might I add, his New York Knicks are NBA champions now.
Yeah! 53 years! Yeah!
I'm not gonna. I'm just glad you get to experience that because I felt a similar experience several years, 12 years ago when the Seahawks finally won the Super Bowl. Wasn't 53
You just won.
years.
You won last year. What are you talking about?
I'm greedy. I want all the championships.
Well,
I mean, I got my fantasy football trophy sitting right up here on the shelf, right next to us. So,
very nice, very nice. Congratulations.
the one that you thought you were going to win.
It was supposed to be mine. Damn it! It was supposed to be mine. I'm getting you next year. It's going to happen. I've been slowly starting my research, preparing. It's coming. It's coming. Yay!
I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit. I'm a little bit worried about this coming season, but I have to be there to defend my title, whether I do it well or not.
Yes,
is remain to be seen.
I gotta get my title back. That's what's going to happen.
And you got a belt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then you have it. Now it's all tainted because it's got all this Casey on it. I need to get that crap off of it and get mine back.
Okay. Somebody's got all kinds of jokes as he returns back to An Evening at the Movies.
It's been a while. I got to get the jokes out. It's been a minute. It is a pleasure. I am very happy to be here.
Oh my God. The last time you were on was Roadhouse back in January?
Right. Yes, it was Roadhouse. And then in between, we were supposed to do Who's That Girl? And then life came in. Of course, I was so excited. I'm so bad I missed that one. I love Who's That Girl? I was so ready. I had notes. Bastard. You know. Damn these kids in there. Whatever. Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna. I got notes on today's movie.
I hear you.
So we've done a whole lot of great, like we were just talking about. Though I mean, we've done Razzie Awards back in January. We did slept on 80s movies in February. We did powerful female performances in March.
Nice.
What did we do? Oh, April was buddy cop movies. I don't remember what we did last month. What the hell did we do?
Buddy cops. I have a
I don't even remember what we did last month.
I have. It's not actually an idea. It's. I don't know what it is. I'll tell you something. It's random, and maybe you can kind of figure out something to do with it. So I was at work, and I get the chance to listen to music while I'm working, and I have Sirius radio, so I listen to satellite. And what song was it? I forgot what song. I think it's Sarah. I think that came on. I think is that Toto or is that Starship? No, that's Starship. And it
Sarah's
occurred,
Starship.
yeah. And I'm like, has there ever been a song that was written and performed for somebody, and the person's name is in the song, that has worked? Has a song ever been written and performed for somebody that got them back or got them? And I was like, I don't know if it worked for Sarah. And I was sitting and I was going through all these songs, and some of them have the name of the person in them. Sometimes they're referencing somebody. So I was like Lady in Red. Then I was like Layla from Cream. No, that's
Rosanna.
yeah, that's Derek and the Dominoes. And I was like, has that ever worked? Has somebody ever written a song like they fucked up or something? And I'm gonna write a song and perform it for them, and then it works. And like, I don't think so. And I don't think that's anything at the movies type of thing, obviously, but that might be better as a sipless thing. So maybe once Amanda's back in the
It might, and we will talk to Amanda about that though, because I do know that we are in the works of getting the SIP list back on the airwaves.
Yes.
Not sure exactly when, but she is planning on the relaunch.
Okay.
She's got all kinds of great stuff planned. So we will keep the listeners informed as to when that is coming.
Awesome.
Also, I do know that somebody is recording on Masturbators tomorrow night.
Yeah. I'm like, I got the house. I got a little time. Wife is away. So I got some free time on my hands. I'm like, let me do some pods. And even at the movies.
Carice is away so the Harvey can play.
Damn, Skippy, baby. So I would do that. Talking about one of my favorite. I don't know if it's one of my favorite movies. That's a whole other list. Like, I don't know if I could ever watch this movie more than once. That's a top 5 right there. But
yeah,
So
because I'm not gonna lie, the movie we're talking about tonight is one of those movies that I legitimately have only seen twice in my life. But
it's hard. It's a hard
we'll get
movie.
To that.
It's a hard subject. Yeah, let's just get to it, man. Let's talk about this movie.
Before we get to that, though, I have 2 things we need to do. One, for those of you who do not know, one of our amazing co-hosts on An Evening at the Movies, who is currently in witness protection program, hiding from Amanda's biological dad, Mr. Chancey Greif, has a birthday today. So we would like to send out all the birthday wishes to Chancey.
Happy birthday, Prez.
His ass needs to hurry up and get back here because we got all kinds of shenanigans to get involved in. So, absolutely 100% happy birthday, Chancey. But the big surprise is we've done it with mine and Amanda's friend Chris. We've done it with Kendra. And we're going to now attempt to do it with Harvey for the first time. We have a new game on An Evening at the Movies that we like to play with some of our guests called Keep, Kill, Reboot.
Okay, sounds good.
So it's kind of like the whole idea of Fuck, Marry, Kill. Only instead we're doing Keep, Kill, Reboot. So I have 3 different categories for Harvey. One is movie based, one is music based, and one is TV based. Okay. So we're covering all the wealth of entertainment because we know Harvey is an expert in all things entertainment. So it's only fitting that we tap into that great, vast, bald-headed brain of his.
Too much information for no reason other than podcasts like this. That's it, but it works for me, man. Let's do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you have 2 choices for which one you would like to do first. Music is going to be last.
Okay. All right.
Just
So then
because.
let's do TV first.
Okay, so TV first. It's a so I have 3 choices for you,
Mhm.
and you can keep, kill, or reboot the TV show.
Cool.
TV show number 1, The Cosby Show.
Okay.
TV show number 2, I Love Lucy.
Okay.
TV show number 3, Cheers.
Ooh, good one. Good, good. I like that. Okay. I'm not going to do this in order, but I'll just go by the 3 things you told me. We're going to kill I Love Lucy because you can't do it again. That's a once in a lifetime show. There's no other Lucille Ball. It can't be done again. So we're just going to put that to the side and we will live off the memories of the greatest sitcom ever. Put that to the side. We will keep The Cosby Show.
Lucy walked so all the rest of the sitcoms could.
Damn right. So that every character, not just women, there's very few shows that lived off of one character. That show did so much. A lead woman who was a lead. It was a diverse show. It covered everything. She was so good. It was amazing. She's arguably my favorite TV character. But because she's so good, I don't even want to touch that. We keep The Cosby Show as is because it has a special place, for me, obviously in terms of Black television. And we will reboot Cheers. And putting that cast together would be interesting. If we reboot it, we only reboot it with the original cast. So we don't go after, after Diane left or after Coach died. We go with the original group. And you go and you stick there. So we don't have Woody. We don't have everybody. We don't have what's her name after. We don't have Kirstie Alley. We reboot and we go with the original group. And we do like a limited run, like 3-4 seasons. And it's just that group. That's what I would do.
I like that idea. Not that I didn't enjoy the last 8 years of Cheers after Coach died, and after Shelley Long left the show, but there was just something about that original group of Norm and Cliff and Frasier and Sam and Coach and Carla and all of it. It was magic. It just fits nicely like a hand in a glove.
Allow me to make a wrestling reference. It's like it's the original Horsemen are the best Horsemen. The other groups were okay when you bring in, Barry Windham and stuff like that. But I prefer the original group, the first 4. So same thing for Cheers.
Arn,
I like
Foley,
the other ones.
Rick, Tully.
Yep. JJ. That's the group.
Well, if that hadn't worked in the beginning, there wouldn't have been a Barry Windham version of the Horsemen. There wouldn't have been the Sid Vicious version of the Horsemen. There wouldn't have been Lex Luger and Sting and all of it. DX not DX, but the 4 Horsemen just would have been another one of those also ran factions that just showed up and disappeared, just like that.
Absolutely.
So, all right. So since you went TV first, that leaves movies.
All right.
And I'm deciding on. I have 2 options for one of your movies, and I'm deciding whether I want to fuck with you or whether I want to be nice.
Dude, then fuck with me, please. Do that. Let's have some fun with it.
Okay. So, keep, kill, reboot.
Yep.
Ghostbusters.
Okay.
Clue.
Ooh, okay.
Or a movie starring your all-time favorite actor of all time, Wild Wild West.
Oh God! I figured. I knew. So Will Smith was coming in here somehow, and the easy thing to do would be to kill Wild Wild West. But what we're not going to do, we're not going to kill Wild Wild West. What we're going to do is we're going to reboot it, and we're going to put good actors in the movie instead. So we're going to get rid of Will Smith, dump his ass, I don't know who else is going to be in it. I don't care. But we're going to reboot that, do it right. Maybe have a good soundtrack in there, have some good music instead of the crap that they put out. So we got that taken care of. So Wild Wild West will be rebooted. We will. Wow, that's tough. I don't know. Ghostbusters include. That's hard. I am good. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do the same thing I did. I'm gonna do the same thing I did with my first pick.
TV shows.
We're not gonna touch Clue. Clue need not be redone. Clue was perfect as it was. So we're gonna kill that because we already got the perfect setup for that. It's perfect as it was done. It's great. And we are going to keep the original Ghostbusters, even though I think we know somebody who I think says Ghostbusters 2 is better. But I personally prefer the first one.
She's not here to defend her point of view, so all right. So we're kind of sort of switching up the options for the last one because it's music, and you can't really reboot music.
Right.
So we're gonna go with keep, kill, remix for music.
Okay.
Your first choice is Summer Breeze, Seals and Croft.
Okay.
Careless Whisper by Wham.
Okay.
And the song that you stole from me on my birthday a few years back, Glory of Love by Peter Cetera.
Yes. Okay. We're gonna kill Summer Breeze by Seals and Croft. I prefer by the Isleys, so we'll leave it at that. That's good. Glory of Love. Whew, what do I do with Glory of Love? Oh no. That song has a special place in my heart. I remember that when I took it from you, and it was your birthday, and I just had to poke you a little bit. I knew you enjoyed the day, but just a little reminder that life isn't always fair. Which is, just something you need to be reminded of. Careless Whisper we keep because that's perfect song. It's 80s perfection. One of the greatest voices of all time in George Michael. So we keep Careless Whisper. We kill Summer Breeze by Seals and Croft. And I guess we will remix. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, wow. Remix it? Who remixes it? I don't know. Yeah.
Luckily, I did not pose that question because it is very hard to replicate a Peter Cetera performance.
It might be. Who would it be interesting to hear sing?
I honestly was thinking about putting the music section together and have it literally be like all-time great Peter Cetera songs. But then Careless Whisper popped into my head, and I'm like, I got to throw that one in there because we all know how much Harvey loves.
I love me so. I love George Michael. I've been listening to a lot of him lately. I've actually been listening to a lot of Queen, and then his covers for that Queen concert that he did, and the stuff that he did. Oh my God, it's amazing. That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
So, initially, the idea for your movie category, and Amanda and I were going to do it, and we both wanted to be here to do it, but it was going to be all three Will Smith movies.
I was waiting for that to happen. I was like, like Independence Day and Wild Wild West, and I'm like, thanks for leaving me with some other options. I appreciate it.
Well, at the end of the day, we've had 5-ish years of poking the sleeping bear over the Will Smith thing.
Right. It's
So sometimes it's nice to just let you have one moment to where
all right.
no Will Smith, even if it
It's
was
okay.
Wild Wild West. I mean, I
I
felt like
know.
Wild Wild West was a good one to throw in there just as an easy,
Mm.
yeah, we'll kill that one right off the bat.
That was simple. Yeah.
So, all right, that was a lot of fun. Actually, you
Excellent.
should have been here for the first one because you know how much Amanda loves Halloween.
Oh.
I gave her a Keep Kill reboot, and I
Hmm.
picked her 3 favorite Halloween movies from the franchise,
Oh
and she
no.
had to go through. Oh, there was f bombs galore
I
in
believe
that
it. I
episode,
believe it.
and then instantly on the spot while she's doing that, she came up with one and slapped me in the face with it, and
Ah,
made me
some,
Keep Kill reboot Stephen King movies.
I figured she'd drop some Nightmare on Elm Street on you, but no, Stephen King's even better.
Oh, I have a feeling that's coming eventually at some point.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So we do have a movie to discuss tonight. Um, like we talked about Devil's Advocate 2 weeks ago. Fucked up movie. Totally fucked up movie.
But so good. It's so
Um,
good.
oh, it is very good.
Mm-hmm.
And tomorrow we'll be talking about Liar Liar with everybody's favorite banana. Next week we'll be talking about My Cousin Vinny.
Mm-hmm.
But before we get to all of that, there's only one courtroom movie that we have to discuss because it needs to be discussed. And the fact that it hasn't been discussed in 5.5 years on this podcast is almost tragic. But tonight we're going to talk about Philadelphia.
Mm.
So,
Mm.
so much to say about this movie, but before we get there,
Mm-hmm.
for those of you who don't know, Philadelphia released on December 22nd, 1993, directed by Jonathan Demme, released by TriStar Pictures, had a $26 million budget, and made $206.7 million at the box office. If you have not seen it, it is currently available to stream on the Disney Plus / Hulu. And then, last but not least, I do have some Rotten Tomato scores. I have a tomato meter score, which is the critics. I have a popcorn meter, which is the audience. Mr. Harvandre, would you like to wager a guess on each of those as to
All
what
right.
the movie did?
Let's see. I cannot imagine the critics having a problem with this. So with the critics, it's by percentage, right? So be good. All right. I'm gonna say the critics were like 82% in favor of it, if not higher. I'm just being conservative.
81% on 64 reviews.
Okay, nice.
So you were only off by one,
Okay.
which is a lot better than Amanda normally does. So
Let's see. For the fan base, for the people who went and spent some money and watched it, only because of the subject, I don't know. 85%?
on 100,000 plus reviews, Philadelphia got an 89%.
Okay. Like who? What's the 11%? Yeah, who didn't like that movie?
Well, I think the 11% are smoking something and not the good shit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely some uncomfortable stuff in this movie.
That's true. That makes sense. Either the subject matter hits close to home, or there might be some, there's some other issues in there in terms of the, the alternative lifestyle type of stuff. other than that, the movie's brilliantly done. Brilliantly.
Very.
Mhm.
So, if you have not seen Philadelphia before, one, shame on you because this is
Mhm.
one of those you need to at least see it once in your lifetime movies. Um, the movie is about a lawyer, Andrew Beckett, who is fearing that it would compromise his career. So he hides his homosexuality and his HIV status at a powerful Philadelphia law firm. But his secret is exposed when a colleague spots the illness's telltale lesions on his face. Fired shortly thereafter, Beckett resolves to sue for discrimination, teaming up with Joe Miller, the only lawyer willing to help. So that would be the plot line of the movie in a nutshell.
Mhm.
Um, the movie did earn some awards. Um, it also had a few where they were not nominated for certain things, but we'll get into that shortly as well. But obviously, this was the first of the Tom Hanks back to backs in the '90s for Best Actor.
Mhm.
So Tom Hanks got Best Actor at the '94 Academy Awards. Um, Streets of Philadelphia got Best Original Song at the Academy Awards. Uh, Tom Hanks got Golden Globe for Best Actor. Streets of Philadelphia got Golden Globe for Original Song. Um, Tom Hanks got an MTV Movie Award for Male Performance. Streets of Philadelphia won several Grammys. I'm not going to go down and list them all, but definitely Tom Hanks and Bruce Springsteen got showered with all the respect and adoration that they deserved. Others that were a part of the movie didn't get showered with said affection, and I feel like they should have. Denzel Washington.
You know?
I mean, I to me personally, I was completely shocked that Denzel didn't at least get a supporting actor nomination for the movie. I don't necessarily think he had to win because that was also the year that Tommy Lee Jones won for The Fugitive, and that performance was pretty amazing as well. But you know, Denzel definitely, in my opinion, deserved a nomination.
Absolutely.
Your thoughts,
Absolutely.
sir?
That movie covers, there's so much to this movie. I mean, the acting is almost like, it's almost an afterthought when you think about what the subject matter of the movie. We're talking about AIDS. We're kind of at, not at the height of it, but really at the point where it's now being discussed, seriously being discussed. This was a real thing. This is something that really happened. And you know, with film, obviously, they're going to take license and such. But I don't think we were talking about AIDS or HIV like this until this
No,
movie came out.
this was
Yeah,
shortly after Magic Johnson came out and
right.
announced that he had contracted the virus.
Okay.
So I think I know obviously Magic Johnson wasn't the first quote unquote name that got HIV, but I think that was probably one of the more significant names that really grabbed people's attention and slapped them in the face
Yeah.
that this disease really doesn't give two shits about who you are and how much money you have and all of that.
Yeah.
If I want you,
Yeah.
I'm freaking latching onto your coattails, and you're going to be stuck with me for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. An athlete, a pretty healthy athlete, a straight athlete who gets HIV.
Yeah.
And out for a lot of the time, it was just like, that's just a homosexual, a gay disease. And then, oh, wait a minute. Regular people can get it. So now we have to really sit there and we have to talk about it. So there's that. And I think then having his attorney be somewhat homophobic. I mean, they put an interesting spin on it because there's so many perspectives. And we'll talk about it, but we're talking about AIDS. We're talking about how he's perceived. It's the disease is one. His sexuality is a whole nother thing. There were so many issues that were covered. And then I don't know if we'd actually ever seen Tom Hanks like this. This is the beginning of an epic run for him. Like, it's Philadelphia, then it's Forrest Gump, or it's Forrest Gump, and then Philadelphia. Then he went to Forrest Gump after this, right?
Yeah, it's Philly, Forrest Gump, Apollo 13.
13. Yeah. So he
me,
has an.
Big was kind of sort of an important movie in the evolution of Tom Hanks from where he was when we were kids into where he went in the 90s. But there was still that lighthearted comedic element to that movie.
Right.
Where I think Philadelphia really sank him into the ethos as being a very talented dramatic actor.
Absolutely. I'm just trying to think.
Like, I remember watching the movie last night, and I'm doing the rewatch, and I'm sitting here seeing everything that is going on with his character, and it's like Tom Hanks is doing such an amazing job that you don't even really think about, oh my God, that's Tom Hanks.
Mm-hmm.
He becomes the character.
Right. Man, this is the same guy we've seen who, like you said, he did Big, he did Dragnet, he did The Money Pit, he did Splash, he did all these movies, all this kind of comedic stuff, and it's like, oh, wait a minute. I'm going to take like a hard turn, and I'm going to show you that I can act. And it's hard. And there's specific scenes where you're like, my God, emotional. And I don't cry in film. That's a big thing that people despise. Because for me, it's fiction. But this, along with The Color Purple, are as close as I've gotten to ever really being emotional in terms of film. Because that scene with opera is, that's tough.
Where he's dictating, trying to get Joe to, because Joe admits that opera's really not his thing, and but he's like, here, you need to just experience this, and this is what this is, and all, and the emotion that comes out. Not even just through his words, but through his facial expressions and his mannerisms and everything. It's just like he really, really honestly brought that character to life.
Completely off the point. You know what always throws me, just real quick, is with that scene. I don't know if it happened immediately after watching that scene. But in later years, when I've thought about that scene, it reminded me, Pretty Woman, for some reason, comes to mind. Because if you remember, when he takes her to the opera, and it's that same kind of, she doesn't understand what they're saying. And he's like, but it's not the words, but it's the moment. And then, she sheds a tear. And it's about, you can feel the emotion when you see the performance. And it's interesting because it's really the same thing with Tom Hanks. The performance is amazing. So I remember thinking that.
Yeah.
So
No, that I hadn't even drawn that parallel before, but as you started describing it, it's just like that is exactly that. I mean, you totally nailed the metaphor between the two.
Mhm.
Like, and I'm not gonna. Pretty Woman is probably one of my all-time favorite Julia Roberts movies, and the way she took on that role and became Vivian. Oh my god!
Mhm. Mhm.
Not the subject of this week's episode, but
Right,
and I'm
of
sure
course.
Amanda will have no problem getting Pretty Woman on the schedule for later down the road too. But just wow, like so believable. But
Mhm.
I think I'm not gonna lie though. I'm for the most part through what about 50 to 75% of this movie. Denzel's character is kind of an asshole.
Yep. Yeah. Doing his job.
I'm not justifying it, but that's
Mhm.
what society was like back then, though, too.
Right.
You know, you had, not saying that it's completely disappeared, but, you know, homophobia was running rampant in the 80s and 90s in the country.
You're right.
And like we said, was a lot of fear that AIDS was a gay disease.
Hmm.
So that was how you contracted it, was from, you know, gay relations. And
Right.
I mean, obviously it's not, but you know, it definitely helps. I mean, Denzel, I've seen enough Denzel in interviews to know that that's not who Denzel is as a
Obviously, yeah.
person
He's
at
playing a
all.
part.
But again, that's like with the way Tom Hanks becomes Andrew, and you know, Denzel is that talented enough that he can go to that place and create Joe Miller and totally just take the words and take the direction and just create something that, you know. And I will thankfully say that at least there is a certain level of evolution to that character from beginning to end.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's also
So
important you consider the fact, and I don't know, it's not the hypocrisy, the irony of the actor, the attorney being black. If there's anybody who should have appreciated Andrew Beckett's situation, it's a black man. And it took him
oh,
seeing what
absolutely.
this man is going through. And there was that they spent a lot of time not they didn't spend a lot of time on race. They could have spent just as much time, and they didn't. But that the fact that this black guy did not catch on to this, and it took him a while to understand that he should have had empathy immediately. But no
Yeah.
matter our race or anything, we still have our stereotypes. We still have our perspectives. We still have phobias. We're still racist or sexist or homophobic. And sometimes you have to see life through somebody else's eyes to understand what's happening. And Denzel always puts a good spin on characters so you can kind of see it. And so you appreciate the turn, per se, towards the end. So it was well done. Denzel always gives you a really
There's a
good
reason.
performance.
I, to me personally, I feel like Denzel is one of those actors that I know he's been nominated for numerous other movies before. He's won for other performances.
Mhm.
So he gets ungodly amounts of respect, but I don't feel like in the public eye he always gets the amount of respect that um, he deserves. If
Right.
that makes sense, because
Mhm.
obviously people when they start talking about the greatest actors of all time, Tom Hanks immediately gets brought up. Pacino gets brought up. Uh, you know, a
Jack
wealth
gets
of other
brought
people
up.
but
Marlon Brando, Robert De
yeah,
Niro. Yeah.
but how often does Denzel's name get thrown into that same category with some of these actors?
Mm, yeah. He should have like he should have, I don't know. If I had to pull, he should have won for Malcolm X. He should have definitely won for Malcolm X. The fact that he doesn't have one for that is crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think he should have won for the Hurricane, but that's just me. There's a lot. He should have like 3 more Oscars. The fact that he only has one lead Oscar win is crazy. And for me, that's not even his best performance. I did not love that movie, but it felt like, listen, we owe him one. It's been a long time. It's time to give it. We've talked about that with Oscars. They always give you the Oscar like one movie too late. They always give it to you after
yeah.
that great performance, and they give it to you because they owe you one. Like Al Pacino should have 3 or 4 himself, and they always give it to you later on instead of at the right time. So
So
Denzel's
Denzel won
definitely
for Training Day.
yeah, which I honestly didn't love that movie, but it's a great performance, and I think they loved it because it was Denzel. I think we love seeing black actors play the villain, and I think they're like, oh wow, we haven't seen Denzel really like this, so we give him the Oscar. Meh.
Yeah, he, like you said, though, he's not the first actor that they've done it to. Probably won't be the last either. I
Mhm.
mean, Denzel easily should have had numerous Academy Awards. Pacino the same way. Some
Mhm.
people will make the same argument that uh, Leo not winning until a few years back for The Revenant
Mhm. Mhm.
was uncalled for, but those are the same people that are going to say he should have won it for Titanic. And thank God Amanda's not here to hear me say this, but fuck that movie. I wish Dre was here to help reinforce that statement. So, in your opinion, though, when it comes to uh, the evolution of Joe's character
Mhm.
as the attorney, where do you feel like his character starts to go from that asshole POS that he was in the beginning and start to kind of sort of put 2 and 2 together and evolve into, I don't
I don't know if
necessarily want to
this.
say a better character, but
Mhm. I don't think there's a specific. If I look at it and I look at the situation, for me, I don't think there's a particular scene or anything. For me, I feel like at least it was me looking at it. When I get past looking at this gay man who has this disease and was treated this way, and then I look at him as just a man who got treated this way, that to me, I think is where you have that term, where it's that recognition that no matter what, no matter who he loves, he shouldn't be treated this way. This disease
no.
doesn't care who you love. You'll get it by sleeping with somebody. You'll get it from blood transfusion. There's so many ways you can get it. Who cares? And I think once you get past sexuality and you get past your insecurities and your issues, and you just see, look at this guy. Look on how unhealthy he is. Look what's happening to him. Look what this disease is doing to his body. and you're like,
No, it's beating him to the fucking ground.
it is, and it's kind of torturing. And that scene in the courtroom where he just opens when he's showing the lesions and everything, and you just like, it's movie is harsh, necessarily harsh, but I don't know. I think at that moment, and it's some of the best direct that you'll see in film, and it's well done. And Tom Hanks is so good. He played that part perfectly. I think when you got past the gay man issue and it's just a man being treated this way, that's when he's like, I think that's when the turn starts. That's when the recognition, this is just something that nobody deserves to be treated like. And I think that's when it happens, at least for me. And there are moments where they kind of show it, but I feel like that's, I would think in my heart of hearts, that's when it is. That's just a man being treated terribly.
I think one of my favorite moments that, like you brought up the moments where you start to see baby steps of him, coming back over to the good side, though, is that bologna sandwich analogy early on in the court case where they're talking to the one guy that Andy had represented, and he's like, he did a satisfactory job. And he's like, whoa, time out here. A couple months ago when we did depositions, you said all these great things and you were overwhelmingly happy with his performance and blah, 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 blah. And he's like, so, have you ever had a bologna sandwich before? And he's like, have you ever had champagne and caviar? And basically what you're saying is, Andy is this bologna sandwich now because you found out what he has, who he is, and all of that. And it's like, it's almost a perfect metaphor for how he's being treated by the people in Philadelphia, the clients, the partners at the law firm. I mean, oh my God, Jason Robards is a complete asshole in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, I want to reach through the screen and slap the shit out of him.
Yeah.
So many times.
He's doing his job.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite parts, though, as far as like the attorneys go, is towards the end of the movie where things are starting to get heated in the courtroom, and I think it's after the lesion reveal where Joe has him open his shirt and you see the lesions all over his chest, and Mary Steenburgen comes back to the table for the firm that she's representing, and she's like, I hate this fucking case. Like, even she knows she's representing the wrong side of the equation in this, but by law, she has to represent her clients with an undue prejudice, I know what the right words are, but
Well, I mean,
prejudice.
once they agreed to defend them, you have to do it, isn't it? Oh, and I always find it interesting in cases like this. One thing that they do is, so you have this big bad law firm who mistreated this guy, and I found it interesting and purposeful that and if it's true, as opposed to some license being taken, that you have a woman as your attorney, because you need to, if there's nothing worse with a bunch of men just treating this person badly, but you kind of soften them up when you have a woman as their attorney. It's kind of reminiscent of when there's a divorce and the husband has a woman as his attorney, that same type of thing, So it's not just these big bad men just working on this wife, and that you kind of have to soften up the sides. And she's good, and she plays the part well, and she's a great attorney. She's doing her job. She's giving them their representative,
A very
a
talented
full-throated
actress.
representative. Yeah. Oh, she's phenomenal. She's amazing.
Well, and on top of it, she is the other half to
To
the
of course,
Ted Danson marriage.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Throwback to Cheers getting brought up a little while ago. But
Yes.
So hypothetically, you're in a high power position, partner at this law firm, whatever, and you're bringing in a hotshot rookie fresh out of law school. You personally, as Havandre the Great, would you ever test the rookie in the same way that Wyatt and Wheeler did in
Oh,
this movie?
oh hell no. No. Not a rookie? No, not with law. You don't play around. Something like that. You don't test somebody that young. It's a one bad case, one bad representation. If you look bad in front of a judge, that's something that just will stick. That's the stench of bad attorneying or just bad representation is something that lasts forever.
Yeah.
So I would never test. Not with a case not with a big case. Maybe something small, maybe second chair, but they're not leading the defense. You don't test them.
Yeah. That subject kind of sort of came up
Right.
2 weeks ago too on an evening at the movies when we were talking about the Devil's Advocate, because it gets brought up to a certain extent with Keanu Reeves and Al Pacino, and there's a whole nother dynamic to that relationship. But Keanu he has to represent some pretty evil and sadistic people,
Mm-hmm.
and it takes a maturity evolution for him to realize that, I'm in the wrong fucking line of work. These people I'm literally representing these assholes and getting them set free back into the world so that they can create more chaos and carnage. But I think that's one of my favorite ways that well done courtroom movies work, is when you get people to actually have to think about the actions that they're not creating, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, so for you personally, is there a way that this movie may not necessarily work, or something that you couldn't get on board with for the movie?
Say that again. You kind of cut out. Repeat.
So, as far as the movie goes, like, we know we both love the movie. It's a great movie, all of that. But is there a way that you feel like this movie just doesn't work, or is there anything bad about this movie in your opinion?
No, not at all. I think it's directed perfectly. The performances are amazing. They touch the subject matter. They don't shy away from it. The homophobia is in your face. It's everybody I feel like is represented well. You get all the sides of it. I think it's done well. They're honest about it. It's not one of these, it's not the happy ending. I mean, he wins, but we lose him. It's
But
just
we still, yeah.
Yeah, so it's honest. I like the way they did it. The situation like that, in the end, the court case is almost secondary to his life, just in general. Like he wins, but you know,
but
he
still
dies.
loses.
But he still loses, and he was gonna lose, and he lost anyway. He was gonna die, but it's so no.
I appreciate the aspect of the story too, where he brings up the fact that there's a good possibility I'm not going to see the outcome of this case,
Right.
but I need to get it set up to where and I don't remember what Antonio Banderas' character's name is, but um, so that he wants certain portions of the winnings to be allocated to certain charities
Right.
so that you know things can be done, and then he also wants his significant other taken care of as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the amount of money he won back in what 1993, 94,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that money would have carried away for a while because when you add up all the different amounts that he won, several $100,000, if not into the millions. But
Mm-hmm.
you know, uh,
Can we take a real quick
um,
second and Antonio
yeah,
Banderas' performance, while it was, you know, it's supporting, but it was good too. He was excellent. I enjoyed
I
him. He's a
I
phenomenal
honestly
actor.
don't feel like anybody gave a bad performance in this movie,
Absolutely, absolutely.
and that says a lot to the talent of the actors in portraying the characters,
Mhm.
and to Jonathan Demme as a director that he could give them the environment so that they could create these characters and bring out the world that these characters are living in. And you know, for the people that don't know this, I feel like Jonathan Demme should have been nominated for Best Director for
Yeah,
Philadelphia, which would have
absolutely.
made 2 out of 3 years in a row that he would have been nominated and or won Best Director because I don't think he I don't think it was 93, but I think it was 92 he won for Silence of the Lambs.
Which is crazy. Silence of the Lambs and then Philadelphia. Damn.
Yeah, those movies total different ends of the freaking
Two
spectrum.
divergent films, but two amazing, amazing films. That makes a career. There's directors who hope for one movie like that in their filmography, and to have two of them that close
Yeah.
together.
Well, and to get to work with okay, I know Silence of the Lambs came out in I think 91. So to get to work with an actor like Sir Anthony Hopkins
Mhm.
and then what a year, 2 years later to get to work with a talent like Tom Hanks, Denzel Washington, uh, Jason Robards, Mary Steenburgen. I mean, Antonio Banderas, although, yes, early in Antonio's career, but still,
Mhm.
that doesn't mean that they're still not phenomenal talents. So, you
How
know,
interesting. I'm looking at his filmography. So it's Silence of the Lambs in 91, Philadelphia in 93. But before that, in 88, Married to the Mob. Like, that's a jump off. I'm going to do Married to the Mob. Then you know what? Let me jump into Silence of the Lambs. How interesting is that?
and that's not even a cheap shot at Married to the Mob either,
It's
because
not.
I love that movie.
Mhm.
And I don't know if I'd put it in like my top 5 favorite Michelle Pfeiffer performances of all time, but
Not at all.
it's still, I mean, we could say the same thing about Madonna and Who's That Girl?
Yes, we can. Yes,
Great
we can.
movie.
Mhm.
Is it one of Madonna's top 5 performances of all time?
Mm, to me, it's. I mean, that and I guess Evita. I guess are her top two. At least to me, I guess. Yeah.
Well,
Humbly.
Griffin
I
Dunn
humbly
still
think.
definitely makes Amanda's bird twitch. So,
Ah, I love Griffin Dunn.
all right. So, if you, I mean, I have a feeling I know what you're gonna say, but if you were to give this movie a ranking out of 5, is it safe to say Harvey's giving it a 5 out of 5?
It's an abs. If I could give it a high, if 5 out of 5, it's filmmaking, perfectly done. Editing is great. The score is great. Everything about it. Everything about it. And I feel like it's really a coming out party for Tom Hanks. It's a subject matter that needed to be spoken about, that needed to be discussed. It was uncomfortable and it needed to be uncomfortable and it was well done. It's a 5 out of 5. And it's a movie, it's a subject matter that you don't want to watch. You don't want to see.
It's
You
gonna make
can
you
watch it again.
uncomfortable.
Yeah. And it's like you can watch it again. I think I've watched.
But
I
you
think
don't
in
want
my
to.
eyes, you don't want to. But if I'm gonna, I can sit there and I can watch it because it's great filmmaking. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's phenomenal.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I just watching it for this episode, yeah, it was the second time that I'd seen the movie. And it absolutely 100% not because I hate this movie at all, because I really don't. And for every reason that you just said, this movie is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody, top to bottom: Jason Robards, Antonio Banderas, Denzel, Tom Hanks, phenomenal performances. Jonathan Demme did a great job directing. Um, I really love "The Streets of Philadelphia," the song
Mm-hmm.
by Bruce Springsteen, or that Bruce Springsteen sang for the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like that opening where the song's playing as they literally pan through the streets of Philadelphia, showing what life is like downtown Philly. You know,
Yeah.
I've never been to downtown Philly before, so I have no idea. Dre would be the one to speak on this one for me, but you know, that's how I would assume, a lot of things are in a town like Philadelphia.
Yep.
You know, nothing against the town, but um, the score great. Everything about this movie is absolutely great. And yeah, it's a tough subject to have to watch and think about, but I still feel like in this day and age, this is stuff that we need to still have brought to the forefront of our brains and think about, because maybe not in the same exact way, but in some way, shape, or form, stuff like this is still being done and said. You know,
This movie didn't even get a
not
nomination for
gonna
Best Picture that year. That I was just
no.
that's crazy. That's
It
crazy.
it like when I was putting my notes together last night while I was watching, I pulled up the 1994 Academy Awards, and it's like all these no Philadelphia, and then you get Best Actor, Tom Hanks,
Mm-hmm.
and you get the director, nothing, supporting
Mm-hmm.
actor, nothing, and it's like, uh,
Really?
where is any kind of love and respect for this movie? I mean, it's a great movie that you know. Come on, people.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't even have to give the award to everybody, but
Mhm.
and then I happened to text Amanda because they were still in Vegas last night from their trip, and so I knew it wasn't quite as late. But um, I'm like, how did this movie not get even nominations? And she's all like, well, what did it not get nominated for? I'm like, Best Picture, Best Supporting Actor. She's like, what? I'm like, well, I get it. I guess in a way because this is still back in the era where, you know, nowadays they're not opposed to 8, 9 movies getting a nomination for a certain category.
Hmm.
Back then, it was 5.
Yep. I kind of
So
liked it like that.
I think it makes you have to put out a certain level of quality where you can't just get a participation trophy because you threw out some good stuff and it stuck a little bit on the wall.
Yep.
It makes you have to actually do the work. So, but yeah, for me, I'm going to give it 5 out of 5 lawyers chained together at the bottom of the ocean. So, I mean, even that joke, like the first time I saw this movie, I think when I was 17, I think. Yeah, it would have been 94 when it came out on VHS. I think I saw it on VHS the first time. And the joke didn't necessarily make all that much sense in my head as a young, immature male. But yeah, then you get, oh, okay, a good
Hmm.
start. Meaning
Hmm.
we need to get all the lawyers and chain them together and sink them to the bottom of the damn ocean.
Hmm.
Okay, I get it now. So
Hmm.
just I won't say this movie is enjoyable, but it is a great movie.
It is.
So I mean, things can be
In-
great and not enjoyable at the same time.
Informative, necessary. It's, it's like Schindler's List. It's like there's some movies that are good, but it's something you need to see. It's something you need to watch.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could probably put. I would probably put Philadelphia if I was to do a top 5 list of movies that are uncomfortable and hard to watch, but I feel like are necessary to watch. Philadelphia would
Hmm.
be on there.
Yep.
Schindler's List would be on there.
Hmm.
Um, Color Purple, probably,
Yeah.
yeah. Glory,
Mm. Mm. Yeah.
I'd probably put that on there,
Yeah.
or at least in the neighborhood of being in the list.
Yeah.
You know,
What else is like that?
sometimes
That's.
that's when cinema is at its best, when it's making
Hmm.
you uncomfortable and have
Yeah.
to think things through.
Hmm. The
Because if we're
Accused.
thinking about something, then it's relevant.
Yep. Yeah.
So, was there anything else you wanted to cover before
No, I'm
we
trying to
wrap it
think.
up for the night?
Trying to think. No, everything about this movie. It's basically the ascension of two really great actors. Tom is on the rise. Denzel's really there already, and this is just ticking up into a position
Yeah,
of, yeah. So two phenomenal actors. Did
I'm
they
not
ever
gonna
do any?
lie.
Mhm.
Really quickly, like when Denzel pops up on the screen the first time at the very beginning of the movie after the credits roll, to see Denzel with no gray in his hair at all makes
Mhm.
me feel old because I got nothing but grays up in the beard and on the side of the head, and well, I'd say you got grays on the side of the head too, but you ain't got nothing up there. So
Oh, I've had Grace forever. I don't know. I've been loving on watching Denzel since Saint Elsewhere. I just remember him from the beginning. So it's
the
everything.
guy has had a phenomenal career,
Absolutely.
and it is a damn shame that he is not given the respect that other people that have had the same amount. I mean, yeah, we talked about it a little bit ago, but oh my God,
I feel like
Denzel
he's
deserves
loved. He's loved, but he's not beloved. And I feel like there's a difference. I feel
Yeah.
like Leo is beloved, or I think Pacino, or there's certain actors who there's a different space for them. There's a different hype for them. Denzel is beloved, loved within Black community. He's ours.
Yeah,
But I think Denzel, there's still a spot. Denzel could still go higher within society in general. And if you're not sure about it,
so
watch Philadelphia.
so briefly before we get to the wrap up, though,
Mhm.
you said you think that there's still places that Denzel could go.
Mhm.
Where, if you're the diehard Denzel Washington fan, where would you like to see Denzel Washington go in his career before he wraps it up and calls it a career?
You mean I don't what do you mean in terms of maybe performance or just in terms of stature
Yeah,
or what do you um he's done
performance
everything.
wise.
Performance wise, I don't know. I would love to see him now do a straight comedy. Like he's done parts where he's funny,
Yeah,
but I'd love to see Denzel do a comedy. Like he's funny the whole time. Because we watch his performances and people do their impressions and it's the walk and the cadence and everything. Like Denzel as like this quirky Denzel Washington in What About Bob playing Bill Murray's
oh
part.
wow. Just take my money. Just take all
Could
of
you
it.
imagine? Because he
I
would
would.
kill. He would absolutely kill it. He has
Wow,
that kind of
that.
range.
Oh my God.
He has that kind of range. He's everything. He's done
He
it all.
he really
Yeah.
there is nothing he hasn't done though. I mean,
Yeah.
action, drama, whatever, TV, movies,
Yeah.
classical pieces, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You have a part, you give it to Denzel. He'll
Damn
knock it out of
right.
the ballpark.
Absolutely. What there was one
And
movie. What's
I
the name
don't
of it?
feel like there's tons of actors that can do that per se.
Absolutely. He's got so many.
That's
Like,
how you know.
I go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say that's how you know it's a truly great actor. People like
Absolutely.
Denzel, or for the most part, even Tom Hanks. If you have a role, you can give it to him and know that you're going to get a quality performance out of it.
If
Acting,
you're
end of the
watching
day.
this and you want to like an Fallen is one of my favorite Denzel movies. It's so good. He's got such a filmography. He's done so many great things that there's stuff that just kind of falls to the wayside. Fallen is so good. Devil in the Blue Dress is ridiculous. He's done. Denzel could get a
Yeah,
whole month. He's done phenomenal stuff. I'm just talking about. I'm like, what haven't I even thought about? We remember the Titans. Not a huge lover of that movie, but I love the subject matter. He's done so many good things. He's done so many. Inside Man is so good. Anytime he does something with Spike, I love it. So
yeah.
yeah,
Again,
I'll watch Denzel do
hats off to
anything.
Spike though, because Spike got his championship this week too.
Damn right. Damn right that man is happy. He can die now. I need him to do a few more movies, but he is happy. He's content. I'm happy for him.
No, I agree 100%. Though Denzel and Spike together
Mm-hmm.
is cinematic gold. You
Yep.
cannot go wrong with that combination.
Absolutely.
So Um, Before we get to the thank yous and all of that, though, it's funny you brought up the Denzel having his whole month because as great as the year of the theme has been on an evening at the movies, we have officially decided that we're doing the year of the theme part two in
Okay.
2027,
Ooh.
and we haven't obviously that's still months away, so we haven't locked anything down yet. But we're hoping that all four members of the hosting team will be back. So it'll divide up rather nicely so we can have I'll pick some themes, Amanda will pick some themes, uh Shannon will pick some themes, and hopefully somebody else, knock on wood, will be back from witness protection and
Yeah.
he can pick some themes and just continue to keep growing an evening at the movies more and more as we work our way into our 6th year talking shit about
Yes.
all the movies we love and why we love them. So, but we cannot end the episode, as always, without thanking the listeners and the viewers for being here each and every week. I personally appreciate you. I know Amanda appreciates you, Shanna, and even the one in witness protection appreciates you. And I do know because I may or may not have talked to him in the last week or so, but he misses everybody and he's hoping to be back with us sooner rather than later. So just keep him in your thoughts and prayers. And again, happy birthday, Chance.
Happy
Um,
birthday, Perez. Come back home.
Anything else you want to? The floor is yours. If you have anything else that you would like to address, Harvey, before we get to the coming up next on an evening at the movies.
No, it was fun. I'm glad I got a chance to jump on and talk about a good movie, a great performance. Positive thoughts to the Chance and to Amanda. And hopefully I can do this again. It'll be fun to talk about movies again.
We love having we love having all of our guests on. No disrespect to any guests that have ever been on an evening at the movies, but Harvey is definitely one of my favorites. He knows his stuff, and he is always welcome to come back on an evening at the movies anytime he wants. The invitation
Yay.
is always out there. So, like I said at the beginning of the episode, Shanna and I will be back tomorrow to talk about Liar Liar, and then not sure what the combination will be next week, but it'll either be me and Amanda, me and Shanna, or the three of us for my cousin Vinny. And then coming up in July, we've got an invitation for somebody to come back and join us again if he can make it work in July.
Yay, July.
And we also have a wealth of musicals because Amanda wanted to just discuss musicals. So we're going to discuss some classic musicals as well next month.
Oh,
So Hamilton, West Side Story, South Pacific, and Hairspray.
oof.
So lots of great stuff, lots of fun, and we will figure out the logistics. And he who shall not win his trophy back next year will pick his other movie, and we will let everybody know as well. So this was definitely lots of fun, though. Love having you on, Harv. And
Thank
um,
you.
if it wasn't all the way over there, I'd get my trophy and put it on camera to show you.
Leave it over there. It's fine.
So we will see everybody. Well, I will see everybody tomorrow. I will see everybody next week, whatever the case may be. But thank you all for being here. Thank you, Harvey, for being here. Um, all of that fun. And we hope you guys had enjoyed yourselves. We hope we didn't annoy you too much. And we hope you guys come back for an evening at the movies. Have a good week, guys.
Bye. Vote for Harvey.